by providing the productive example, which I think has been lightly touched upon in the discussion here. How to impress others. How to provide the Muslim example who is representing the teachings of Islam in a practical way. We say always that unfortunately the people in the West, we have that impression that they are very industrious, they're very hard-working people. Okay, work is work for them. But when you unfortunately go to some of the public offices, you find that usually the clerks and employees are not there, or they are maybe a little bit late for 2 or 3 hours, or maybe come tomorrow, maybe. Is this the example of a Muslim person? How we can consider ourselves while we're really exposing a totally different image of the Muslim? It is really very pity to see these things happening. If you think that your boss will not call you to their office, so maybe you can leave the work 2 or 3 hours early. Or maybe you ask your colleague to sign in the record on your behalf and thank you. Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How is this? It is really very pity to refer to these points, but unfortunately it is the fact, it's the reality. We need to show Islam in our own action, not just words. And this is the problem, You go to the mosque, you hear the Imam giving the khutbah, Alhamdulillah, I have finished the prayer, I go to my, my habit. Go and smoke in the shisha, maybe watch a couple of movies for one of the very famous belly dancers, or do something very un-Islamic at all. I just can't solve out this sort of dichotomy between what you say and what you do. We need to really, look at ourselves. And we are just the nucleus of the Muslim preachers. So we need to advise others when we see things going wrong with them. When you see your colleague at work, he is, he's playing tricks on the system, maybe you say, brother, this is not really right. We need to really make our payments, as halal for us by doing the job, brother. And you say, sometimes the very common justification or excuse for this, how much do I get paid at the end of the month? It's just £300. Do you think this is something that you can live on? I think this is just 2 hours work is just enough for them. It doesn't work like this. Allah Almighty will bless this payment for you when you have a sincere intention. Just accept it and say Alhamdulillah. As long as you do not say Alhamdulillah, it will never be enough for you. Even if you get £3,000 a month, it will never be enough for you. Because your budget is like stretchable balloon. You can live on £200 and you can live on £2,000, you can live on £20,000 and so forth. So you need to say Alhamdulillah and provide the basics of your life, and Allah Almighty will, inshallah, provide you with the sustenance He decrees for you. And the verse goes, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. آمنوا واتقوا لفتحنا عليهم بركات كل شيء. There's another one really which is very interesting. يَعْلَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. Allah Almighty will bless you with such sustenance and providence from such a way that you never expect it to come from. وَلَوْ تَوَكَّلْتُمْ عَلَى اللَّهِ حَقَّ تَوَكُّلِهِ لَرَزَقَكُمْ كَمَا يَرْزُقُ الطَّيْرَ. If you really, put your trust in Allah as it is, or as it should be, Allah Almighty will provide for you, will bless you with such providence as He provides for the birds in the sky. تَغْدُو خِمَاصًا وَتَعُودُ بِطَانًا. They go in the early morning with empty stomachs, empty bellies, and in the evening they come with such full bellies. This is just if you really, sincerely put your trust with Almighty Allah. It's something that's very easy to say, but not easy to do. But you need to work on it. You need to improve yourself. You say, at the end of the day, put yourself accountable to what you have done on this day. Say, what did I do today? Was I right in this? Was I not? Where did I go wrong? How could I improve myself? You try to be like the judge of yourself. And I'm sure that, you can think of so many things to add to these points about the different channels, different ways and methods through which you can propagate the message of Islam. And inshallah, if you are inspired with some more of them, please let me know so I can put them here for optimal information. In 10 minutes time, I'll try to see some reasons for which some Muslims feel so inactive, or maybe embarrassed, or maybe unwilling to become like Muslim da'is, to give some advice to others. You see things, how they are done, and you think they are not Islamically right, but you hesitate to correct them. You're not willing, you do not have the intent to advise the people or inform them about the right way. Especially for people in the West, talking about religion, as I said, is not an easy thing. You say that this is Islamic and this is not Islamic, you put yourself in trouble. And for those people who are the first generations there, people now who are maybe 60 or so, 70, they don't have the language. They don't even have the right discourse to discuss such things with people in the West. Because people especially from Pakistan, Bangladesh, from India, who migrated to the West after the Industrial Revolution, they just got there to work and make money. But they don't have much interest in instructing people about Islam. And for those of whom who have the language, they do not have the knowledge. Right? And for those who have the language and the knowledge, they don't have the time. Because they have to work all the time to make money. So this could be standing as one of the barriers for those to practice preaching Islam to others. And especially nowadays, another reason would be that you feel that if you say that I'm a Muslim and you preach Islam to other people nowadays, where they think that Islam is the religion of terrorism and violence and bloodshedding, no, better just to keep silent, not to talk about Islam. I even have people who used to work with me and they couldn't even openly say they were Muslims, especially in the aftermath of the 9/11. It was like a stigma there. If you say that I'm a Muslim, it was a problem. And one of the very funny cases is that when we used to stay at the university until late hour in the morning, like 2 o'clock or so, and when you used to call a cab to go home, usually they ask you, okay, where are you? I say, I'm in that place. What's the name? I say, Muhammad. I say, I'm sorry, we don't have cabs now. Well, when shall I expect it? Maybe like 2-3 hours time. You just hang up. And same, you do this. And I remember that was a funny case that I had a friend who was from Bahrain. And his name was Muhammad, but don't try to contact him. Muhammad bin Zikri. So he used to make a trick with them. He said, what's your name? I say, my name is Ben.